kojo permit.
Okay.
Permit no ebi kra o se fa plans bra o the plans ne ba wo kosi anu asibi aka ho.
Okay.
We si no unai why you bibi aka ho ntino sometimes no those are the challenges I have but mama me a partner.
Okay.
Abemu more because ono ye planner.
Okay.
And I ba Ghana yin so no. Sebi we hunu bi.
Okay.
And you know he can share his observations from a planning point of view.
Okay. So my big man, for how long have you been in Ghana?
Just about a week now.
A week.
Yes.
Have you been able to monitor places and how things are done here in Ghana as compared to UK?
Yeah, visually as you drive along, you begin to pick things up that are different and some that are familiar.
Okay.
I come from Zimbabwe first of all before being a British.
Okay.
So I relate with Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe is African country like Ghana is.
Okay.
So what I see is not straight to what I know already.
Okay.
But when you compare that to the UK system, there is a bit of what we call organized chaos.
Okay.
Things work as it were, but there are things that I think could work better. But some of my observations really is having just perused through literature to understand the Ghanaian planning.
Okay.
It's actually borrowed from the British system as well.
All right.
So they do have the Town and Country Planning Act that we do have ourselves.
All right.
They do have the structures.
Okay.
They do have the instruments. But I think what I think lacks is the implementation.
The implementation.
Yes, our priorities are different, and how we do things and our culture is different. So perhaps that's what needs to. It's not for lack of planning. It's not for lack of statutes or anything. It's for lack of zeal, for lack of commitment to actually implement what they're looking for.
All right. So comparing UK to Ghana here.
Yes.
How we plan on things we do in terms of what he was saying earlier, drainage systems and how we build our market, our houses and other stuff. What would you say about Ghana and that of UK?
Well, like I said, in Kweko was saying, the reason we are partners is because we were working on the same scheme. Me as a planner, him as an engineer, and you can see all these things work in tandem.
Okay.
You can't plan one without the other sitting next door to you, because they've got to be integrated.
Okay.
When you begin to put these disciplines in silos, then you begin to miss important outcomes, as it were. If you're going to plan things, it's got to be holistic. You've got to cover all angles that we need to cover, so that things can begin to look good. Have you ever wondered walking in a town and thinking, there is something that's nice about this, but I don't know what it is? You feel it. You can feel it, you can see it, and you can touch it as well.
All right. I'm say, Papa, Ninkoma yedi and no. Now me bisan say young compare na young fat or my Ghana to the view of by UK. And I watch say, oh, me only be one my ye or Ghana had more. Yes, so kakra but senia ye ade wo hane different. Kakra essence senia money for ye woman ye. But he knows for sure say some time to come you say be catch up. All the same no. Ye bon komo hana ya hwe and then your topic no ye the property sector lessons from the Ghana and UK comparison. Say ye check the two. Amanone any bi memu hanum Ghana, but the Ghana hana ye mfanto because Ghana hana ye. Na ye hwem yi no kwa e fa so ye plan because properties be to say fie, properties be to say stores akese, properties be to say bia ye see stadium ne sa nyoma akese no it needs planning. Na nya planning so dia na ye yi papa mfimfim na ye yi papa mfimfim na ye yi engineer so mfimfim wo mienu ni eduma together em so na architect so ka ho enti wo mu nyina ka wo ho bom na wo metimi atena se na wo makeka nneema bom ma ye planning na kwan be fa so ye japade ne ade no ebetimi edimu na ewi pay. But you could attest to the fact to say if you go outside the country ebia kwa advanced countries na kwa mo fa so yo mo nneema e mo properties no eya akono na eche efa no eya na ye de no standard ne wo from eti ye be hwe because standard ne wo from to the standard. Mostly people will finish school here in Ghana or maybe school graduates who are engineer na we took one kwam no okonya nim die anymore because we are graduate engineer ye manage you ha man here because we believe in the standard no obey adwuma na we kwa no ntina ya na ye overhead ne ade overpass na ade na akofa amamfo China na India no wabe so because we see to it say ye person nipa ne ade no man do standard bia ye nyina yakoma ebe ya so da CNS amyoma maka be fa ha ne ha ebi nhia ne ade but I believe strongly say ni nyina so jam plan say dia wo e kan but ena ne ebe bon komo no ya hwe wa wo fie nso betimi a join yen number no and I mean no WhatsApp ma me SMS because WhatsApp no and then no afoke up kakra enti 0540966492 0540966492 obetimi de SMS aba normal message o de ba no bisa questions ana fe metimi ebobo hu ha e de amount na yentu ankomo no so na yenko enim na obetimi a join nso YouTube na fe o do nkomo no so etimi e de aba afa yenhwa de Mami bisa say areas ben na visited to Ghana ha. Which areas have you visited in Ghana here? Who ni say it needs improvement and I said it needs more hands in terms of what they are on the compare Ghana had you know. Okay, so my good friend, I was asking which areas have you visited here in Ghana that you think we need to give more hands as compared to the UK? Okay, well, so let me go to him first. Okay. All right.
Ayo, thank you. Inti senior okay, I think say systems no I think say they are there and if your laws no so ho senior you be planning you be bibia but the implementation any problem no.
Okay.
It is all share e be a UK na here utimi hu say adan no yesisi adan no omuma how adan no nyina no e be ye so that e be obi fie enhwe obi fie mu.
Oh sir.
Wow.
Okay.
It is so fie wa there should be some distance here so that obi was sure ontimi hu fie ni and I say o dem and I say because of privacy
and say Ghana had there ntisa
enti na ye kan enti na make say
because Ghana had obi pie fini dem a obi
yes
okay
and that comes because and Benka say my solutions.
Okay.
I identify some of the challenges.
Okay.
And I will get to why it is what it is.
Okay.
It is because it's a they allow the system to work.
Okay.
And you be na ekoto asase say osidai.
Osa.
Well, yeah, with developers. Senior kind say we first met on a project where a big development, 330 developments. We were providing the engineering services, and he was the planning. And in that development, you know, it is where the houses are, where the school will be, where the amenity centers, any be a shopping, any any of the 330 your child can go to school. It's all accounted for. School no is sized to meet the needs of the people in that community.
Okay.
Shopping. Then you can have everything in that space. Maybe a juma maybe anyhow, but your business parks where offices and things are, and it is structured such that ABI is not too far from your livable community. Maybe a business park no one say different companies. And then around no a honor offices. Ghana no is slightly different. So share a government areas and Accra Central. Any baby a government institutions what is a airports, cantonments, Laboni, Numne yina utimu say Efe, Nemani da ye embassies. So share embassies nina or one place. Osha a shopping areas nina or one place. Osha offices nina or ministries and I say all that side. And sana baby a man for so tete jowulu neneke hono a well structured. But outside those kind of areas, Mabubo Accra places, I'm sure Kumasi so has places like that and other but out Kakra now, when people are buying their own lands and trying to build their own properties and all that, you know, a honor structure no any Kakra implementation no yet difficult Kakra, and I think that is because Nipana nedini bottom sika na de oh to no an kakra na odisi dan kakra na odisi dan nti ekoba ne sa na akoye se oye ni bibi wie a ebia am for ba na en yes en yetia wo bubu obi dey ya ono ode ne sweat esi no na ayede na ese na but amasa can say organized chaos into no na ayebi waye mesomaye we so waye
ti ashada na yahye ya organize ade no
and
e de basa yo
yes
e de beba
okay obi si de dan na we si store wa ase wow because but it shouldn't be like that.
Okay.
So person we store and say ka we wo baby a and say
na e da be e dance different.
Different. We go na ye sit down next door no ye was sport. Anajo
na ye bond chair so.
Meka me me Christo ni but e bia na sorry dan so si ho. Ye all night. Na ye say and so na amanfo so tete ho. Na ye say e dede.
Wow.
E homo what time udura na afa ye say ye ne omo asasini omo die no na ye ne omo
yes
but it does is where the
but in the UK you have a system that nothing is distorted over there.
That's right.
Everything is on point. That if there should be a place where people will build to sleep, there should be a place where people will build for businesses.
Yes.
Sanity, yes. Per what you are saying now. Okay, so it means that we have a system here in Ghana. You're funny saying in a way, you know, some places in Ghana are disorganized, where things are not really done properly and sanity.
That's right.
All right, my main share there, my main call me good friend Yakatawa ho. And then didn't me the pa Nyakatawa from Zimbabwe. What is the meaning of the Nyakatawa? Just 30 seconds.
It's meaningless.
Meaningless. It doesn't have a meaning.
I don't even know, even my father didn't.
He doesn't know.
It's just a surname that we've given. So,
wow, but I have a surname. I have a reason to that.
I couldn't tell you.
Yours, you can't tell.
No.
Oh wow, my friend Yakatawa. All right, so I see when you get it on Tiasa. No, I never paid the man on the crown on Tiasa. But they say no. To amaze you, so you're planning expert. All those on TD nothing. But he's a good man now. He's making impact. Okay, so what is the process of developing a property or properties in the United Kingdom? What is the process? If somebody wants to develop a property, what are the processes?
Perhaps what I should start off with is just to give you just a quick brief about planning itself.
All right, okay.
The British system and the Ghanaian system is planning system is plan-led. Okay. What that means is you preempt what needs to be done in the future, in the next 15 years, in the next 20 years. You put it on paper. So you say to yourselves, what's the situation today in 2022? How many people will be living in this country in the next 20 years? How many are born every year? How many die every year? What's the migration? And so on. What's the incomes of the people who are in here? From that statistics, from that data, you then collect evidence. You put the evidence together and say, what are the needs for the people who are living today? How about in the next 5 years? How about in the next 10 years? 20 years, 25, 30, and then you draw up what is called a local plan.
So in planning,
yes,
we need to make sure we study the people or the country, the current situation in the next 20 years.
Yes.
What will happen in the next 20 years?
Yes.
So we plan towards that 20 years.
Yes.
That is why if you get to some places in Ghana here, we are just demolishing people's houses anyhow because we didn't plan earlier. Well, and now it's affecting them.
There will be another reason for that.
Okay, so
I was going to say,
all right,
it's plan-led. So if it's plan-led, it's been it has been consulted on. It has been signed. It becomes a law. So if you want to build, you go and look at what you call a proposals map, the zoning map, that says to you that area, this is what will be done. That one, that will be done. That one will not do A, B, C, D, E. It's all in black and white.
Okay.
So if you wanted to develop anything, you wanted to buy a piece of land, you need to understand what the designated use or the zoning of that land is.
Okay.
So if it's zoned open space, you have no business building a house there. If it's zoned road, you have no business building a house there or anything else.
All right.
So they are put into those silos. Industrial area, this is where kids will play. This is where the people will work. This is where the road will come through. Everything is on paper. And then it works that way. So if you are a developer and you wanted to control development, what you are doing is to consult the plan. So if you come to me and say, I want to build a house in this place here, I as a planner will go to the local plan So I'm just doing what the local plan tells me to do. It's not from my head. I'm telling you what we need to do according to the plan that we adopted. So if there is chaos anywhere and people are building areas that are not
permitted to, right?
Then there is what we call enforcement, and this is what I think sometimes lacks, because in the UK those three arms of planning work. The first one is planning policy, where you do all these statistics and you come up with the situation and the solutions in policy terms, and you try to direct the outcomes.
But for a week you've been in Ghana here.
Yes.
Are you sure, or can you tell me boldly that those three policies you were mentioning are working here in Ghana? Your monitoring and evaluations you've made earlier.
No, they aren't. So what is happening is they've got the first one, which is the local plans. They do have the
local
plans.
All right. Okay.
From the regional, from the national side.
All right.
They have policies that are overarching to everyone else. It goes down to the regions. It goes down to the districts.
Districts. All right.
All those plans exist. So they have zones and everything else. They should be done every 15, 20 years.
Okay.
But of course, some of the districts may not have revised them. So if they are not revised, they've been in existence for 30 years. They don't serve the purpose, because they are not addressing the needs for the people in that particular period.
Okay.
So there is a requirement in planning to always make sure that you review them every time, every now and then.
All right.
So at 15 years, 20 years, you do another plan and then you revise again.
Okay.
So you ask a question about demolition.
Yes.
They happen because people are either building areas that they've not been allowed to build in. And that's a problem.
Okay.
And then there's the second, apart from the local the policy, is the enforcement wing. Those ones, they are the planners who are called enforcement planners. Their role is just to go and see who is breaking the planning law.
That's all.
And then they come and enforce against it. So when things happen, immediate action is taken. But then if 200 houses are built and you don't take any action, and then you begin to come in and try to do away with them, it becomes a political animal, doesn't it? So it's because we are not keeping pace with what needs to be done as and when it happens.
Right.
And I think that's where the problem is.
Okay. So earlier I was asking the requirement for somebody to put up a property.
Okay, that's
what are the requirements there in UK?
Yes. So essentially, like I was saying, I start off from the planning. The first question you ask yourself is this permitted? So you make a planning application. That's number one.
All right.
So you make a planning application to the local authority.
Okay.
The local authority will look at their policies. It will look at the design of the property itself. It will look at all the other matters that need to be considered, depending on the scale of the application you're putting in.
Okay.
If it's a master plan, do you need schools? If you're this, do you need whatever else? How big should the houses be? Should they be 2 beds, 3 beds, 5 beds? Where should they be? For example, how many should they be? How many stories and all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
And then we determine the application on the basis of the plans that you've brought to us. So there are 3 outcomes there. The first outcome is we may say we are happy with that because it complies with the local plan.
Okay.
Or we may say we are not happy with that, but we can change this and that and the other. And, or we can say no.
Right. I know for sure you've not been to Ghana alone.
Yes.
You've been to other countries as well.
Yes.
And then you've visited other continents, apart from Africa and maybe Europe and other countries. Other continents. Comparing Africa to other continents, do you think our planning in terms of putting up properties, do you think there are differences in terms of comparing it to other continents?
They are almost the same, except, like I said, the culture is what is different.
Okay.
And the implementation is what is different.
So what do you recommend?
I'm not too sure there is an easy answer to that. There needs to be someone who comes in and says, we have to draw a line today.
Okay.
And then sort of for the generation that's going to come, they could live in better places than we did ourselves.
All right. Okay. All right. It was for your one come on. And your common in say you compare and I say the young Ghana to developed countries bia womo etimi aye japadia womo hwehna ohwe ye mpem for se womo ka nyina no a it looks as if say Ghana hanum no ye boy ye homodin there in terms of planning and I say in terms of putting up properties but akakakra because baby a say you see baby a bon nyom etonsa eton aduane ye hospital ne nyama no then sometimes if you go to some places in the country ye say ade no na ye de efie ne bibia be mix nti bo se na aye basa enti wo se asori obi antia sorry ye Christians but we also be yeah sorry all night because say wo krom nti na kwa say o tie obi so fa ahodie so nipa no sorry pay say blasphemous o tia nyankopon semene sam nyoma no but ya bada na ye utiu na ya ba na ya ba nkomo no emo ya dem ye sure say this plan na ye kan ya dey wo engineer wa na wo plan expectancy wa idea nkomo na ya o dey all say ye nua be ma ba ko kai ho nyakata wa ye Zimbabwe no ono brofo nkwa na oka but make sure say make sure so that you understand kakra na yakọ eni mu ansa but ya da na ye ho abatew ye ba ye beto ankomo so ye ba stay tuned.
I saw a friend, Martina, and then as you send me to cry, I'm a crabbery, let me discover if you say Yankabush, a foreign henna or moon's pass as you see that mammy. Me buy all my from Uncle Sheffield. If you have a number, my fire, Udiobo, and then I came properties, Abagana Hanoma. Almost once I seen a feeling and dining at the Bidema for 20 years. Now I don't see class and money with your hobby.
RKM Properties under RKM Ghana Limited is your #1 property market. We sell lands without long guard issues, affordable and quality housing from foundation to roofing. So we pass our salanga the same beer nim ato. O wasase na we pa dance for minuma yefe. Anasa we pefia ne boda from na e dance so dia. Ene tutumrika ebra RKM Properties. Hwehwe ye cha kwan e wo ABEIKU Pharmacy Building name. Dansoman Accra Ghana. Anasa Freye Ewo 036 219 6526. Anasa 0595 108 019. RKM Properties, your building masters.
I sing for you, wanna be like you. Me take a sense wa ho.
Odomi dem tissue.
Eh, uja for no. Jama ukoshuche binti on tissue.
Enunie, gas police. Gas police ye gas leakage detector. Nansea gas explosion all over the place. Gas police is here to protect you and your family. Just fix one in your kitchen and go to bed. Baby a gas never leak here Fabiano. Ebechino. Alarm bohun. As soon as the leakage becomes dangerous, the alarm will blow. Into restaurants, offices, gas-powered cars, any obia or use gas ibiano. No need to be afraid when gas police is here.
Say gas I am frama. Now when a bit me a chain frama.
Gas police. Call us on 0244 384431 and 0560 499 878. Distributed by RKM Ghana Limited. We're located within the ABEIKU Pharmacy Building, ABEIKU Dansoman. Gas leakage detector. Your safety is our goal.
Alright, take us a fire sound of United Mama Kwabas or confirm property TV, property court. In fact, we bet me the agent channel alpha SMS, normal message 0540 966 492 and the menu WhatsApp 0540 966 492. Professor Bra, na me can infama na me wa me guest e kuku dam you know ba ko ye Ghana ni na so bo edwuma e UK e na ba ko so e Zimbabwean ono so bo edwuma UK Justice Nyakatawa oye planning expert and afin so Mr. Kweku Tano Yeboah I'm so a civil engineer ya ono so UK no bo edwuma e wona nkomo na dem nim se obebisa se next topic and answer next discussions no and if I dey fa baby a wa woni beje ho wonim se okọ amanone a titru ni UK ne impotemu no wo mu use bricks and mostly wo mu dey see o madan ne ade but over Ghana ha no mo ye dey ne block and na ye bisa say the difference between the two because osha why do they use that and then why do we also use this one here yes answer ahwe say mostly wo be ko amanfo fie no just kwa wa first we sin dan no kwa no ma e sugar na hanka se show hadada but kwa nipa na first we sin dan no the man na nipa ne puti building na nkasa timu say ma e show hanka se gina dan we anu wakoto AC asan dia be boden like I say ope your friend say good air and as ope say dem ho yenunu but meanwhile we can use other means to make sure say dem ho from abetimi abo abaden but if you go to advanced countries one more they need different from ours but civil engineer Mr. Kweku Tano Yeboah my shade going forward no if you go to UK where you've been working for so many years now one more time we will see the saying my boss would that but how do they build
me that's it enti mef taking from planning.
All right.
What property? What are the processes?
Yeah, processes.
Planning is number one.
Okay.
And planning started from national, regional, district. At a certain and only certain baby. Okay. No. We the med digress crack. No. And they inform me say oh twice as here. Na one go twice as see baby. I say sorry that you. And I say oh twice as here. Everything I say aha and I. ECC adai.
Okay.
So also school na me person misia. Ahana school ebe konti. Asasi we ni ebe to amount. But I know you a different issue because asasi no eye amount for there. Nti na allocation of what to use it for no. Be difficult.
All right. Whatever the person plans and decide to do with it. And he doesn't care.
Na difficult.
All right.
But after planning no, you come to design.
Okay.
You design the structure that you are going to build. Say a dine, say a school, say a dear.
Okay.
And in planning, no say policy, there's development control, and then there is enforcement.
Okay.
Development control for no, check it. A honor design no, adiana usi no.
Okay.
Materials are would
be useful. Okay.
Almost specify. It would mean for material be Ghana not me ko area be. Adai fe. Obi a glazed windows.
I don't need a windows there because me view
windows now is a tinted.
Yeah, the glass near.
Glass near.
Okay.
Into no.
It looks as if they're mostly in Ghana for you.
Say no na abaso. Say Ghana.
And a friend sliding.
Okay.
All right.
Ghana no ankasa na me say ade baswa na ye nyina ya.
Yeah, jump into okay.
It's but no sometimes if you have a reactor so na a shit amount for it. So maybe I say high rise.
All right.
To show a high rise is no on those ones we say there is a glass tin
okay.
In the center of a town. But we say no be local community amount for adai walls. Na it's a spreading light, a spreading heat. But UK planning no, it checks the materials.
Okay.
So that ultimately use material beyond infancy or dying.
Like I say, was it Malcolm last some years ago because now expert and say materials now used for the no building no wasn't the right one.
Yes.
Okay.
No correct. It's a question, but now to your real question, so materials being a UK tie use. Like I say, UK use, and that is how we should go. They use what they have. I say God is the first.
I say I
said that God is the first civil engineer.
Okay.
And he created an earth where there are trees in certain places, there's sand in certain places, and maybe it's snow top. Some places it doesn't snow, and all that. And but he put people there so that the people there will use what they have to be able to live in their conditions there. It's colder, so they build their houses such that they can keep heat inside and be warm. Over your house so now it's hotter. Until we should be building.
We should be exposed to air.
Yes.
Okay.
Such that it will be cooler. And Osha materials are your one Yankupunja was so my
okay.
Should meet our needs.
Okay.
Inti Kagana say you use concrete a lot. You're turning na your craft abrochi.
Okay.
Na your sand kakra fry the sidai.
Okay.
But if you na ayesh. You hear the glass doors, the glass windows, you hear the film, you the tiles.
Assign
to be to wall, no na. Ufi now tiles, I'll say fair. But well, until we are nice to air condition.
Now, sandy boom.
Edible boom to cool the heated area that you have created with your own money.
Okay.
You come to UK. The way they will build their houses, they have timber. So we have our houses are mainly timber frame. Timber frame.
Okay.
The different pillars, mostly a timber frame.
Okay.
A dining team. America so say use timber frame.
Okay.
Normally a sedan no.
Okay.
Area your roof. Roof no. At the current time we pitched roof. Say na yin so ye copy no. Is because of snow. So that snow eto e was so ebe nania ebe
easy flow nani in form. Okay.
Matthias. Iti F but any fainting no musi. The point I'm trying to make is say you know you see at the end because of nefe or be baby F. And no ma you borrow a certain things cement production this and but before near will be a friend Atakwame dying and then you see
so no you're not here na they are if you go to the villages that's how they want
Atakwame them inside a cool
no I'm try stress and then I'm the cool down
yes they say the pots that we drink from,
yes sure
say you put water in it and it's like fridge it moves you
fridge
yes
I know
but now we don't build with that our earth the land that we live on has those kind of we have earth that we can use to form bricks
and
use to build.
All right.
But now we are importing cement, buying cement, importing there to create something else that we think is but maybe it suits somebody.
Wow. All right.
In the UK, they use timber a lot, and then they clad it with bricks.
Okay. We say answer when you come on home because so we share Ghana for say what we do mostly ne say you ya copy from other people to say you see Ghana home poor you share we don't care because yeah be kwa koto 2.5 horsepower na dia be boom na yankasa dia ya say create a shwama ye ho no na ya sanso akoto ekona sa be boom na san boy kakasa ka ho but if we are able to build na inframa film na emwa nyuama ya I don't really think that we have to go and buy air conditioning to make sure that you be not be asserting. You be covered. Now, I'm just a director, but I'm a course me no and I mean sabi. Be pair we no ya mantem into me pair callers be me sabi pair 0551 556 0551 556 where has a motiam from na ubo remo me no be kasa patro from or kasa honte na bisa our question the two experts are here. There was civil engineer or had planning expectation so they all work in the UK and frankly speaking comparing your hanum other senior properties near no I think say are too seen kakra but I know for sure say you be do ho 0551 556 622 o freba so na we be our question na for you timi akoso so
but you betimi abebo ba
all right bring back
asema na kan pese me kensi so and say ye dan Usi da in Ghana the cost of construction is very, very high in Ghana because of the material cost. Cement bore air cost.
They say I think close to 100 cities.
Wow. Wow. Last time I buy less than a year it was about 50 cities. Just a double. But me can be said Yankupon materials that we should be able to suit our conditions. They want a tier one. We have found a TNC dying view. But we can do that. It can reduce our cost of what?
Building.
All right. It will be to me taking 5 years, not the Senate.
Because of
but Abuchi 6 months. It will be completely
because of resources are all used
the resources and the cost of
involved. All right. Okay. But yes, 0551 556 0551 556 so in this case, we are supposed to go in for your local and natural resources, to build a modern and then look at economy.
Say we should enjoy a more
na India locally made ones,
Yes.
I think they can also
they use their own things. And then they come here.
Yeah, maybe this our question be. So my boss, I'm asking that comparing Ghana here, because we've been here for just a week. Mostly we experience what we call flood a lot. Why do you think we experience a lot of flood in the country? Do you think planning, as in we constructing You have a gutters and there our gutters and drainage systems. No, do you think we have issues with them?
Well, that's
now I'll go to.
That's a question for Kweko.
For him,
yes,
okay,
yes.
nice one.
Because what we do from a planning point of view, we do have in terms of allocating sites.
Okay.
The sites are zoned, so there is zone 1, zone 2, and so on. So we as a policy, we don't allow people to build in floodplains.
Okay, all right.
So we've got a map up for the whole country.
Okay.
That says this piece of land can be built upon. This one is zone 2, and so on and so on.
Okay, all right.
And we have policies that say you cannot do this except A, B, C, D. So as planners, we don't direct development on areas which are flood prone.
Okay. Can you also say, Ghana, we have the people planning for us, but it is we the citizens. Maybe I create drainage system. Gata no hana for people who pour bola. Do you know?
Right. Yes.
Yes. People who pour those things in just to choke.
We did
the flow of the water. You see, and mostly this will cause what we call flood.
Yes.
You see, so. Sometimes I think the planning is okay, it to be on point, but we the citizens, we also have our take. We have to also put in much effort. But since you said that question goes to him, let me ask. Osha,
for us, it's on the siting side of the business.
Oh, okay.
And then obviously once we've directed developments to areas that are not prone to flooding, then Kweko designs.
Okay.
But he can't design anything that we build on land that's prone to flooding.
Nice one. Okay. Yeah. All right. Nice one. Mr. Kweko mentioned the who say organ ha and now I'm crowd to say send the videos to be say flood near there a lot. What do you say? Planning no and I say share no drainage no susa and I say in susa crown one ye and I ye partner ye can who be
like I say nini na ka yes nini na ka and planning no send your kind no I believe say there's a plan say bia I say o hwe senya mepon eba down na nsuo be fa ha nsuo ebe fa ha and we have data statistically to show us the low lying points of Ebiasa Accra and Ase Kumasi. It's I say you say a dime esi ha say but if you me car park e wa ha say because car park dey nsuo tie hwa car park dey nsuo atopa that day nsuo atobi atifie car park no so with me tie hwa after some time no but so we fie si hwa ebe kunipa well that's what they do so that there are certain places you cannot put certain type of accommodation there. Well,
all right.
It's not say we won't even develop or crowd, but there's a certain type of development that you can put there. Because it can destroy property or life.
Personal life. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Then we would then come in and we design. And a also big problem. A lot of our, because Usidaya, we have tarred roads, but most of the time we tile your compound, and drainage is an issue of when water hits the ground. Where does it go? If there is a flat surface, stable ebe go along how the slope. But say enetia and suguswa it's in planning crown and I say in UK when you develop any area you should have soak away areas. And you be biana obey no.
All right.
Then so we design based on the catchment areas. And now the size will drainage network. The gutters well it's some of the gutters we share a quite cry maybe a gutter kitwe bi na eda ho na efiefi nyina so bem the gutter cannot carry the capacity of
water na eba na the flood
is wrong. Then the third one now kind that's a gutter no so no you say
the bola and they say ya something
na they say yes so
yes you can okay. All right, so Mr. Justice Nyakatawa, you've been in Ghana for a week. At least you've had an experience, you've monitored a lot of things happening here in Ghana. Per your monitoring, what do you have to say to Ghanaians, especially the government? if we lack some planning strategies, if we have to make sure we do certain things that will help us improve as compared to where you've worked and where you still work now. What will you say to the government? You watch into your camera, you advise we Ghanaians and the government and the planning agencies that will help us to move forward as a country.
Yeah, my advice would be to just stick to the plans that are in place.
Okay.
Like I said, I don't think it's the lack of plans, it's the lack of will.
All right.
That's the problem.
Okay.
They just have to be, I know they are not, some of these solutions are not palatable with politically, for example.
Okay.
But you've got to start from somewhere and make sure that what's been zoned, what's been planned is what's implemented.
All right.
If it's not done, then they've got to take enforcement action.
Okay.
As it were.
All right.
Or they have to plan accordingly to meet the needs of the people who sort of build everywhere.
Okay.
They've got to find solutions for them.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Justice Nyakatawa, planning experts. Or ye Juma ewo UK and I say UK no what say, but them Zimbabwe and Ufia. No but my main sign finally per what you've seen, only Ghana ni wait me aka say your friend is saying oh dan you see we cross you crowd would me you see your friend is saying cry oh atakwa me dan no ha meaning say also cry no en fan kasa na ofi
oh me free Kumasi. Yes.
Okay.
Me Asantini.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And some part of Kumasi, some typical villages, no, remote areas, no, almost is automatically, no, who experience. What do you say to the government, especially the planning side, civil engineering side, that one you're planning? You see, are dying, baby, and said, "Did see na for you need
That's it. I maybe a make domestication.
So you be used to the ayano.
Yeah, okay, we say our big roads they cover China. But I believe that we have engineers and architects and planners who can do it. The benefit there is to say they know the conditions here. As you know, most of the roads by Michelle who say na potholes but it's a discapa na
shim
the abrofo abeye, but they are not bad engineers, but they will read a bit on our topography, a bit on our ground conditions.
Okay.
Normally
okay.
Well, but timono yes uko east region baby a tree so bit catch us I say it's you a mimpa and I say when you are constructing a road there,
you know how to go about it.
All right. Well, we should believe in ourselves, believe in our experts, and at least design okran. They should do it. If they do it, and contractor can see in the our engineers should supervise to make sure that it is done to meet our conditions. And yes, I bet you na acquire say 5 years.
Okay, yeah, that's
also
it.
Use the correct contractors.
All right, yeah, that's it. We say, Madam was say property court sunina and your topic, nice. I think that we have more time, but the Emre so. It's your best sorry. So, Mr. Justice Nyakatawa, a planning expert to Zimbabwe, but a boy to UK. So, and Mr. Kweku Tano Yaboa, or no a Ghana or a civil engineer on the Subway. Oh, you come and when I compare Ghana, acquire first why your properties, Japan, Yahodono, as compared to the advanced countries, and our my into but media that me say, a guy expert, and I say, engineers are moving school from KNUS to any other tertiary institutions. Yeah, you use one to be. Because some of square on person will be on it. Because we don't use them here. And if we are able to use our own, they understand the conditions here in Ghana. To make sure they meet what we are experiencing here in Ghana. Madam was saying that and you may have first production crew. Our lunch can see back on the 4th December 2024. Ebia na Prophet Dominion and our sisters Admedi Fountain Gate Chapel. What can she first light and Admedi Ebekoso. Mr. Shadrach Texan, a special guest of honor, and I face Mr. Delano Ayquasin or CEO Edema Aristotle, Tema, and I face so Mr. Fred Bosu or for Wayne Ghana Limited, sales and marketing manager. Mami Dufie Ano, CEO Edema Mami Duf. ventures wo mu nyina be bi nti no Mr. Omenso me kwa kopie mu ho nti bra na nyina yembo adwuma emfa nka ho 4th December 2022 Sunday first light kaneshi here Fountain Gate Chapel and adwumedi no koso anwuma yi me a me dwumedi be so mo medin ene ENIGYE HENE ABEIKU YAMOAH production no Mr. Say Eboaye and Afinso Evans and so Eboaye and Reverend Mreku and so never boya okay can some nyasi na me so na me adma next week 6 p.m. you be say yeah they are the from Asante Abro Makra